Alright, what is going on, guys? HC Jam is here, back with another Street Fighter 5 video, and today we're going to be going through a little bit more on the Ed matchup, or something different in regards to the Ed matchup, because I have uploaded a video regarding Ed before, and that's in regards to his backdash and how it affects Mika's gameplay in terms of knocking him down and applying pressure. But this time we're going to be shifting it over to not his backdash, but something very similar, his regular psycho upper. And I say regular, not invincible one, because some of you might be thinking, why are we talking about the regular psycho upper? Can't we just do EX psycho upper, be fully invincible, and just deal with it? And it's like, well, that's what we're going to look into in this video. Long story short, I faced an Ed player while streaming the other day, and he done a regular upper, or psycho upper, in a situation I didn't quite understand why he did it in. And then I dabbled in the situation, I dabbled in the lab for the situation, and it seems that it works. So I looked into it a little bit further earlier today, and it seems that this is actually a legit thing. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to be taken out in Arcade Edition, or it might stay in. I know his backdash is getting adjusted from what I've heard, but I'm not sure about this. So let's get straight into it. So first, let me double check that my stick is working. Yeah, it's all good. So we're going to be looking at common scenarios and how regular psycho upper, yes, that is the option, regular psycho upper can affect Mika. So first of all, we're gonna do two situations where he can do it on block, and then we're gonna do two situations where he can do it on wake up. These are just examples. I'm gonna leave the rest or if you want to figure out more about this, then I'm gonna let you guys do it in the lab. But in this situation here, that's a basic frame trap for Mika. So stand light punch. Oh, let me do this one. Let's do guard or yes. So stand light punch into stand medium punch. Yep. Frame trap beats out 3 frame buttons. We can get a follow up, etc., etc. We know that basic. Oh, sorry. We know that basic rundown. Now, if Ed does psycho upper in this situation, let's see what happens. Because this is interesting. Because psycho upper like kind of shifts his hurtbox back, quite a bit. So if he does that, as you can see, he's moving backwards. So I guess we can class this as, you know, the counterhit pushback tech. So when we do that, the stand hard punch, it whiffs. And that means if Ed is willing, if Ed knows this and the Mika player doesn't, they can punish the whiff stand hard punch. And what this does for the Mika players is they have to, you know, spend the bar instead. Which ultimately you don't want to do that, because you lose really good Oki and you lose about 20-38 points of damage if you're B and B. So you have to do that instead. So that's the situation, and it also avoids throws. That's what I forgot to say as well. It avoids the command grab, because what I did against my opponent was, let me shift this back on real quick. I did the basic frame trap of going into jab into brimstone. I done that frame perfect, and then as you saw earlier, it was the case of the regular cycle upper avoiding the grab, and he gets 100 damage for it. Oh, my bad. Gets 100 damage for it. Now, there are alternatives to this situation. I believe Mika can do a target combo, yes. I'm still linking to that. But half the time you're not going to do that because you don't want to lose pressure and be unsafe after it. And Ed can still backdash in that situation as well. You can avoid the medium punch or the command grab by backdashing. But yeah, that's one situation. Another situation as well, which I'll go into a little bit further after I've shown it here. Let's put the psycho upper back on. So we're going to do forward hard punch mid-screen. And let's see what happens when I try to do the regular follow-up. So if I do forward hard punch into stand medium punch, completely whiffs, and Ed gets to punish that. So that's interesting, because like I said, his hurtbox is being reeled back. So he can avoid it and go in. Now, if I try to do the command grab, Ed can backdash and walk out of this anyway, because you don't really want to be doing forward hard punch against Ed mid-screen, but this does happen on a regular basis. But if you do this in the corner, oh no, sorry, before I get here, now if he tries to do this, you can do crouch and medium kick, and you'll get the counter hit, but unfortunately, you'll be too far to link the EX shooting peach. So you'll be too far for that. That won't work. So that's what's interesting about that. You'll be too far for that mid-screen. So Ed can actually use either his regular upper or his psycho upper if he sees you doing that. I should have it on this one. Yeah, psycho upper, because that's fully invincible anyway, and it's slow on startup. But he can avoid all of this, get the damage, 140 damage, 200 stun, etc., etc. Now, going back to this, and what I mentioned a second ago, if we do this in the corner, it doesn't work, because, as I said, Ed's hurtbox reels back, but he's got nowhere to reel back to. So this will work, and that's guaranteed. So if Ed players try this in the corner, it's not going to work. They'll get hit by the stand medium punch. They'll get grabbed by the EX Rainbow Typhoon. Similar with the other situation as well. If we go and do the jab into Brimstone, there's nowhere to reel his hitbox back. So he gets grabbed by the Brimstone, and he'll get clipped by the stand medium punch. Or when I get the combo right. There we go. What is going on today? Oh my god, are you serious? I've done it again. Wow. There we go. Damn, it took me like 7 billion tries. As you can see, that's what happens there. But then that's when we go, okay, if the Ed player knows this, and this is me just like thinking on the fly here, the Ed player knows this, and he'll do EX Psycho Up. He will do that because he knows that he can't do regular one. He can use the regular one mid-screen and use the EX one anywhere on screen, really. Now, if we apply that to Wake Up scenarios, I believe I do have it on Wake Up. So let me take the guard recovery off. Let's go to the corner. So if I do a Brimstone into a meaty throw, he should avoid the throw. Yeah, see? He avoids the meaty throw using the Psycho Upper. Which is interesting as well, because when I faced this Ed player online, he done it to me, I was like, right, this can't be right. So I started looking into it, and then I found out all this stuff. So that's a very interesting thing, and this might have gone under the radar. That's why I'm doing a video on this, just to let people or the Mika players know that Eds may have this knowledge and they may apply it next season because no one's really been doing it, unless I've missed something on the internet. So if you do a Brimstone, you can avoid a meaty throw, but if you do I think if you do a meaty button, you should be okay. Well, not a meaty stand meaty punch, you don't want to do that. If you do a meaty target combo, you can get the target combo to link, but that is -5 on block. But Ed doesn't really have an answer to target combo, so you better watch out for that one. I believe if he tries to backdash from the Brimstone, let me double check this. If he tries to backdash from the target combo, I think he gets clipped actually. No, he can avoid it. So it's a real mix-up with Ed on Wake Up. So he can avoid that. You can option select it, I guess, but it's no big deal. Another situation as well is you can do that one. As we know, after EX Wingless Airplane, you are +2. But if Ed goes for the Psycho Upper, I believe if you try to do the crouch light kick, crouch light punch into light shooting peach, that will whiff. So, or the light shooting peach will whiff. Like I said, this is very similar to when I was doing the video on Ed's backdash, but you know, this is different. So what that forces Mika players to do is to spend the bar. And again, you can get the damage, but in certain situations you don't want to spend the bar. You want to save it for something else. But as you all know, as we all should know, Mika is highly expendable in Street Fighter 5. But I'm just making sure that Mika players are cognizant of this situation, or this fact that Ed can actually use his regular Psycho Upper in certain situations. I think if I do a meaty throw, that will still avoid it as well regardless. Oh, let me do that. That was wrong. I have a lot of execution errors today. No, didn't want that. Okay, I can do a meaty throw in that situation. That's interesting. But, again, you have to be careful, or you have to be vigilant towards Ed trying to backdash or neutral jump. So, it's nice to know you can do a meaty grab there. So, hopefully you guys got the picture. Or let me just double check if he can actually do. If he's trapped in the corner, he tries this. Let me try Brimstone. It shouldn't work, so. Oh, my bad. I don't think it should work. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so it shouldn't work in the corner. That's completely fine. So, hopefully, you guys kind of get the picture as to what's going on. This ain't. I wouldn't say this is 100% like reliable tech for Ed, but like I said, this matchup's. I've said this before. I haven't said it in the video. This matchup's pretty interesting and it's really weird for Mika, especially if you don't know the ins and outs to how Ed works. I know he's getting changed for Season 3. For various reasons, but like I said, I'll put the video link in the description below. His backdash affects Mika very greatly, or like highly affects her. You know, he's already got EX Psycho Up, which is a fully invincible move, but if you meet it with light attacks, then it's irrelevant. But now that I've seen this, that he can use regular Psycho Up in certain situations, so he can mix up between regular Psycho Upper, the fully invincible Psycho Upper, backdash, and a button. So that kind of mix and match. So hopefully this has been somewhat insightful. I know this was a very like kind of rushed and hasty video, but I wanted to get this out there and make sure people understand. I'm still looking into this myself, but I've given you guys some examples and some situations where Ed might be able to use this. But you have to mix it in with the fact that he can backdash and do the invincible psycho upper as well. So yeah, that's going to be it from your boy HC Jammers. Like I said, I'm hoping this has been insightful and you guys can learn something. If you want to look into this tech further yourselves, go for it. Training mode's at your disposal. I'm sure you can find something better than I have. But hey, I'll leave the video link in the description to how Ed's backdash can affect Mika. Like I said, apologies to reiterating the same lines, but I've got to make sure people know this matchup, because this one I've seldom played and I want people to be ready for a lot of matchups for Arcade Edition. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you want to follow me on the following social media outlets, you can. My Twitter is in the description below, as well as my Twitch. I recently hit 300 followers. And if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, you are more than welcome to. If not, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be completely fussed. This has been your boy HC Jammers. Hope you guys learned something new, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. So until the next video, take care.